Welcome, class. Today we're going to learn about converting fractions to decimals. To begin with, let's look at an example that's going to seem very familiar. We'll take 1/10. We'll write it as a fraction, and we know that 1/10 can also be written as a decimal. It looks like this, 1/10. But how do we do the math to get from 1/10 as a fraction to 1/10 as a decimal? Or an even better example would be, how do we get from a fraction like, say, 2/4 to a decimal? So to begin with, let's start with a fraction that's real familiar, like 1/10. Now, we know that 1/10 means 1 divided by 10. And we've been learning about how to divide with a decimal quotient rather than a remainder, and that's going to come in handy for this math that we're doing here today. So 1 divided by 10, well, where would we begin? The first step would be, how many groups of 10 can I make with 1? Well, I know that I can't make any groups of 10 with 1, and I've learned that I can add a decimal to my answer, to my dividend here, add a couple zeros, and now I have something to work with. I can actually start dividing into that 1, or I can divide that 1 up. Let's give it a try. How many groups of 10 can I make with 1? 0. How many groups of, I'm going to move my decimal down a little bit, it was too high there. How many groups of 10 can I make with 10? Well, I can make one group of 10 with 10. Of course, 10 divided by 10, or 10 times 1 is 10. If I subtract, that leaves nothing left over. That means I'm done. My answer is 1/10. This 0 here is optional. I can either have it there or not. But you'll notice that the answer I got was the same as the answer I had up here. Let's try it with this other example, though, 2/4. What decimal is 2/4 equivalent to? Let's give that a try. So 2/4 can be written as 2 divided by 4. First step in division is, how many groups can I make? How many groups of 4 can I make with 2? I can't make any. So I know that I need to add a decimal. Give myself a couple zeros here to work with. Ask myself the same question, how many groups of 4 can I make with 20? Well, I know that I can make 5 groups of 4 with 20. And 4 times 5 is 20. And if I subtract, I get 0, which means I'm done. So I can say that 2/4 is equal to 5/10. We can try one more example. Let's say I have $1. We'll call that $1. Well, let's see here. What would half of $1 be? Let's find out. Well, that would be 1 divided by 2. And if I try to solve this, 2, how many groups of 2 can I make with 1? I can't make any, so I need to add a decimal. A couple zeros to work with. And I would say, how many groups of 2 can I make with 1? I can't make any. How many groups of 2 can I make with 10? I can make 5 groups of 2. 2 times 5 is 10. If I subtract, there's nothing left over. So here again, I've just found that 1/2, in my example it was 1/2 of $1, is equal to 5/10. Another way to say 5/10 is 50 cents. So yeah, half of $1 is 50 cents. That makes sense. No pun intended. So we're going to use this process of turning that fraction into a division problem with that decimal quotient, or that converting it into a decimal problem by adding some zeros and a decimal to my answer and dividend. And we're going to turn these fractions into decimals. Let us know if you have any questions, and good luck with your work.